Okay, let's see what's
That's where we're going with that. Now,
Mm.
okay, so we're having another go, everybody, is the point. So thank you for joining us on the first one. This is the second one, so feel free to join us back again. Do
Always
apologise.
wanting more.
I do apologise for the issues. I'm trying to sort some tech out over here in case you hadn't worked it out. And we're trying something new for you guys. And it's all a question of trial and error sometimes, right? Tech's never easy. I don't do tech, as we all know.
This is why.
This is why it all gets a bit, oh my God, oh my God. So, our conversation earlier was our first conversation. It was about making money by a form of GoFundMe or crowdfunding in regards to the paranormal event, that you're doing for your location fees or for equipment. And we kind of came to the decision that it was down to discernment of the individual whether they wanted to support that team or not, and actually nothing really to do with anybody else, right?
No, that's right. Absolutely. What you want to spend your money on is up to you at the end of the day. I mean, if they're offering you something for your GoFundMe thing, then why not? I don't see a problem with that.
No, I don't either. But some people have major issues with that, don't they?
Well, it's the same people. It's the same people that have major issues with prices
Other
of
people
events.
breathing.
Yeah, anybody in the industry that makes money out of this is, according to some people, is wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
And
this is true.
they'll jump on their internet social media soapbox to shout it from the rooftops that it's wrong.
Mm.
Well, this is true. I think sometimes you can't please everybody, and I see a lot of criticism out on the in the field, and it just seems that no matter how you do it or what you do, somebody somewhere is going to have an issue with that. Even down to people who are achieving and pushing themselves forward in the field are getting a level of criticism, and it shouldn't be like that, should it?
No, because I've noticed, as well as obviously people are jump into social media saying that people making money out of the industry is wrong, etc., etc. There's also the same people seem to have an issue of when people are making success of themselves,
Yeah.
doing their TV shows, doing events, doing this, doing that, whatever they're doing, whatever they've worked damn hard to do. For some reason, there's people out there that have an issue and have concerns over the whole situation. I don't know whether it's a form of jealousy, a green-eyed monster coming into it. I just don't know. I think as an industry, we all work hard to what we do. So why should we have any issues of people making any kind of success out of it or working hard to get where they want to be?
Mm. Oh, I totally agree. I think you work hard. You have a passion for what you do. No matter what, it doesn't matter what field, does it? If you're an author and you're writing books, you're putting that out there. Why can't you get out there and promote yourself in your books and share that with people? That's the same way as if you're going to do a TV show, or if you're going to do, I don't know, an event and be a speaker at it, or whatever. It's got to be a good thing, I think, because it brings knowledge to the field. It brings more, availability to the field, surely.
And it also brings other people potentially that see this, read it, look at it, investigate it, or whatever. It brings them into the field more.
Yeah.
So these TV shows, whether it's something that's more established or a new show, is good because it brings people in. Bringing new people in brings new ideas into the field, which I personally think is one of the best things about this field. It doesn't matter whether you've been in it 30 years or you've been in it 5 minutes. Somebody that's been in it 5 minutes could have an idea which you've never even thought of.
Exactly. I mean, there's been Hi, everybody in the chat room. Thank you for bearing with us on this. This is, as I say, a test. We're running quite a long test tonight, hopefully, to see how this works out. But going back to Carl's point, I totally agree with you. You know, you've got to, it's availability, it's about sharing knowledge. We've had recently something that had been in the field quite prevalently. People had tried it for themselves, which was the Estes experiment. And it was only until Helia came out, really, that people then went, oh, this is a new thing. It's not new. It's just now becoming more available because it's been put out there. And people have been saying, oh, I've tried this in the field. I've done this in the field. And I think that's an amazing thing. It's another dimension. It's another thing. And all right, so it became a thing on Helia, which is how come now more people are aware of it and more people are trying and more people are talking about it. And looking at it. And that's a positive thing, I think. That's an amazing thing, right?
Absolutely.
It is.
I
mean, the more new things that come out, the more things that we can test. So if we, you know, just there are experiments out there that we've tried and tested. I mean, when it first started, we was all out there with the torches. You know, when like we'd ask spirit to interact with the torches and turn them off and things like that. But then we've learned through that experiment that actually it's not that paranormal. There is a logical explanation for it. So, you know, it's just swings and roundabouts, really. I mean, they come up with new ideas. We test them out. We try them. Whether we can debunk them or not is a different story.
Yeah, whether or not we can.
So it's always progressing.
But it's about that progression, isn't it? And people learning things and trying things out, and then maybe looking at it in a different way, and you know, then it being maybe critically looked at to sort of see what the false positives are. You do a lot of this with equipment, Carl. You know, in the background anyway. You know, and that's what that's about. It's not about, well, I'm better than you are. Do you know what I mean? And because I've got a TV show, I'm better than you are. No, it's not about that. It's about doing what you love in the way you want to do it and bringing information out.
Moving forward to it. That's the key, I think, is whatever you do, whatever small part you do or whatever you do, you're trying to move forward. You're trying to get on, because everybody's on their own personal journey. Everybody's on their own personal voyage. They're in it for their own reason. And I personally think that when you're on a journey, you've got things that you want to know first. You want to get your own answers. And if the way you progress through your journey, you learn from other people. I think that anybody that stands here that says they know everything in this field, they're dreaming. You have to learn all the time, do your research. And the thing about this, I've seen it recently on social media, people saying, oh, equipment in the field is wrong. Why is it wrong? We're testing stuff. We're using different types of equipment to give us a better understanding. Yes, potentially some of these bits of equipment have got no use in the field, but we have to try these. And you've got to know your equipment, like you said about the false positives. You've got to know what you're looking for. You've got to know how it works. You've got to understand how it works. You can't just, as a lot of people do, any bit of equipment in the field, unless it's old school like crystals or dowsing rods, is wrong. Why? I've never seen one bit of shred of evidence on social media from all these people that say equipment's bad, apart from, well, you don't know how it works or it's unproven science. I'm sure many years ago when people were testing things about penicillin or things like that, they didn't have a clue whether it was right or wrong, but they kept on plugging away at it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things in science that they've discovered through accidents.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like on the recent live that I did, I was lucky enough to take part with UK Haunted. We tested something that I was like, we're going to try what? And we tested it, and we got some unbelievable responses from it. The human spirit box. Through literally just a bit of copper pipe with a field going through it through a speaker.
Yeah.
And you
Paul's
won't.
camera's frozen, by the way, everybody. I would just like to point. He's not permanently looking up like that. His camera's frozen, so Paul, maybe turn it off and turn it back on again. Your camera. This is
Okay.
just so you know. And I know that there are some streaming issues on Facebook as well. We got dropped frames,
Evaluating what
kind of stuff.
equipment, because you're always learning.
Always, always
Yeah.
learning. And on that note, some of the ways
And
of
that's what it's all
learning.
about.
Yeah, definitely. And also, Paul, your camera is still frozen. I would just like to say.
Okay, I did restart it.
You can go out as a tourist to places and just go for day trips out. You went out today, didn't you, Carl?